The massive Drazek warships descended through Earth's atmosphere like metallic thunderclouds, their hulls reflecting the sunlight in blinding flashes. Humanity watched helplessly as the aliens bypassed major cities and military installations, heading straight for the oceans. Within hours, massive structures began rising from the depths, enormous extraction facilities and research stations that spanned kilometers across the water's surface. Admiral Marcus Reed stood on the deck of the USS Vigilance, the last operational naval vessel in the Atlantic, watching as another alien facility unfolded like a mechanical flower blooming across the horizon. 6 months had passed since the Drazek arrived, claiming Earth's oceans as their own. No ultimatums, no negotiations, just swift, methodical occupation. "They don't even acknowledge us," Reed muttered, lowering his binoculars. "Like we're insects not worth talking to." Commander Elena Torres approached him, tablet in hand. Latest satellite imagery shows they've established bases across 84% of Earth's oceans. They're extracting something, possibly rare minerals or biological samples, but our sensors can't penetrate their tech. "And still no contact?" Reed asked. "None, sir. They disable our drones, sink our research vessels if they get too close, but otherwise they just ignore us." The world's governments had attempted everything: diplomatic missions, military strikes, even suicide runs with nuclear payloads. The aliens neutralized each effort without apparent effort. After the failed nuclear attempt, they had simply expanded, their operations pushing humanity further from the coasts. Billions displaced, economies collapsed while the alien machines continued their mysterious harvest. "Sir?" Torres said, her voice breaking through Reed's thoughts. "The team is ready for Operation Leviathan." Reed nodded grimly. "Then it's time. We show these visitors who really rules the depths." Dr. Alex Morgan hadn't seen daylight in 3 months. The underwater research facility, formerly used for deep-sea mining operations, had become humanity's last hope, hidden beneath the ocean floor, beneath the notice of the aliens above. "They're brilliant engineers," Morgan said, leading Reed through the facility's main laboratory. "But they've made one critical mistake. They've studied our oceans, but they've never truly understood them." Reed looked through the reinforced glass observation window at the massive chamber beyond. Inside floated what appeared to be an enormous mechanical whale, nearly 60 meters long, its surface a patchwork of advanced composites and experimental materials. "Project Leviathan," Morgan said with pride. "Not just a submarine, a true, deepwater predator." "Will it work?" Reed asked. Morgan smiled thinly. "The Drazek control the surface and the mid-depths, but they can't handle the crushing pressure of the Hadal zones. We've designed Leviathan to thrive there, using technology we've developed from studying deep-sea creatures. It can withstand pressures that would crush their craft like eggshells. And the weapon systems? Something special. The aliens use an electromagnetic field matrix to control their machinery. We've developed a countermeasure, a disruption pulse that should create a cascading failure in their systems." Reed studied the vessel. "You're sure they won't detect it?" "It's biomimetic, designed to register as oceanic wildlife on their scanners, and will be traveling through the deepest trenches where even their sensors struggle to penetrate." Technician approached, handing Morgan a tablet. "The final simulations are complete, Doctor. All systems nominal." Morgan turned to Reed. "Admiral, we need your authorization. Once we activate Leviathan, there's no going back." Reed took a deep breath. "Do it." The following day, Leviathan slipped silently into the Mariana Trench, its hull designed to withstand pressures that would crush conventional submarines. On board, Morgan and a small crew of specialists monitored systems while Reed commanded the mission. "Passing 8,000 meters, the navigation officer reported. "No signs of alien activity." Morgan studied the readings from their sophisticated sensor array. "They're arrogant. They never thought to look this deep. Their technology is advanced, but it's not adapted for these extremes." At 10,000 meters, they reached the operational depth of the mission. Morgan activated the vessel's specialized equipment, technology developed from studying the most resilient deep-sea creatures on Earth. The aliens have established a network of energy conduits along the ocean floor, Morgan explained, pointing. to the holographic display. They connect all their facilities. We'll target the primary node. Leviathan moved through the darkness like a ghost, guided by sonar and thermal imaging. Eventually, they located the alien energy node, a massive, crystalline structure pulsing with unearthly light, connecting dozens of energy conduits that stretched across the ocean floor. "It's beautiful," Torres whispered. "And vulnerable," Morgan added. "Position us directly beneath it." Reed gave the order, and Leviathan maneuvered into position beneath the alien structure. Morgan activated the weapon system, a directed pulse generator designed to disrupt the alien's electromagnetic control matrix. "Charging pulse generator," Morgan announced. "Ready in 30 seconds." The ship trembled slightly as energy built up in its core. On the monitors, they could see the alien structure above them, oblivious to their presence. 10 seconds, Morgan counted down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The pulse fired, invisible but powerful, striking the alien node. For a moment, nothing happened. Then slowly the structure's light began to flicker and fade. "It's working," Torres exclaimed. On their monitors, they watched as the disruption spread through the alien network like a virus, traveling along the energy conduits, causing cascading failures throughout the alien infrastructure. "All stations report." Reed ordered. "Pulse successful," Morgan confirmed. "The disruption is propagating through their network." Reed nodded, satisfaction visible in his eyes. "Now we show them the true ruler of the depths." On the surface, the effect was dramatic. Alien facilities began to malfunction across the globe, their systems failing as the disruption pulse spread through their network. Some structures collapsed entirely, while others simply went dark. The Drazek response was immediate. Their warships descended toward the oceans in greater numbers, desperately attempting to stabilize their failing systems. Within Leviathan, the crew watched the chaos through remote feeds. "They're vulnerable now," Reed said. "Time for Phase 2. Morgan nodded and activated Leviathan's communication system, a technology developed from studying how whales communicate across vast oceanic distances. The system broadcast a message